You're watching ABC7 News at 5:30.
Welcome back. A Suncoast man has made it his mission to build homes for the homeless in Manatee County.
He's doing so by turning giant metal boxes into safe places to live, and he's doing it with the help of high school students. ABC7's Dwayne Lindo went to find out just how he's doing it.
From the outside, it may not look too much like a home, but Manatee County resident Glenn Gibellina has spent the last 4 years providing small homes for those in need. Astounded by the number of homeless students and veterans in the county, he's now turning 20 square feet of space,
our brand new sliding glass doors that will be going in this model,
into homes.
When we found out about the homeless vets and the homeless students, we refocused our interest to the 20-footers that are more manageable.
More manageable and easier to build.
So really it's click and play, and you only need a skill saw, a tape measure, and a drill to put one of these together.
And that's where these carpentry students at Bayshore High School come in. They're using their skills to help build and furnish one of these homes.
What I want them to know is that there is somebody there for them, whether you know it or not, and I want them to know that they will be safe inside of this home.
Not only does 11th grader Miles Detko feel good about doing this for other students, but he also sees this as a challenge.
Basically everything in your average sized home has to fit in this small little container. From kitchen to living room to bathroom to bedroom.
And the finished product, it includes a futon, work table, sink, and even a microwave. Just the basics needed.
If we all want to do our civic duty, and I want to sponsor a vet, and I love them to death, here's the answer. You're keeping a vet safe.
Well, that was ABC7's Dwayne Lindo reporting. The County Comprehensive Plan meeting is scheduled for December 11th. Once building codes and specifications are finalized, they can start placing these homes throughout our area.
Family and friends will pay their final respects tonight to a Sarasota woman who died in a drag racing accident. 24-year-old Katerina Moeller was killed last week at Sebring International Raceway. Investigators say she was driving a jet-propelled dragster when she hit a timing device in the track and crashed. A piece of debris hit her helmet, likely causing her death. A funeral for Moeller is scheduled to take place at Epiphany Cathedral in Venice at 6 o'clock tonight. The burial will happen tomorrow morning at 11 at Sarasota Memorial Park.
It was a busy day in the city of Northport. This morning, city commissioners swore in new city commissioner Pete Emmerich. He was joined by his family and friends to help celebrate his new role. Commissioners also voted on who the next mayor and vice mayor will be. The new mayor will be Christopher Hanks, while the new vice mayor is now Commissioner Debbie McDowell.
An update now on the construction of the new Venice Public Library. Today, staff began the transfer of the library collection, computers, and equipment from the Hamilton building to that new facility. The Hamilton building will be closed through next Monday, November 26th. It will then reopen on the 27th and then permanently close December 8th. That's because the new library is set to open December 15th, and it looks really nice from the outside.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Well, let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan for another look at your first alert forecast. Bob?
Good evening, everyone. A beautiful sunset tonight, and for the most part, a nice day. We had a few clouds in and out. We had a few showers and brought some moderate to heavy rainfall inland areas mainly, but we had some west of I-75 earlier. As I mentioned, a gorgeous sunset tonight. Sky lighting up as some high clouds are around, and those always typically create some gorgeous colors. Again, send your photos into pics, PIX at mysuncoast.com. Well, we are looking still at some clouds, and the temperature is still 80 degrees. The dew point temperature is much higher than it has been. That means our overnight lows tonight will be about 8 to 10 degrees warmer than average. And as I mentioned, we had a few isolated showers popping up here and there across the Sun Coast. That, for the most part, is gone. There it is right there, little sea breeze type showers as temperatures warm today into the low 80s for the most part. There's not much left, just one lone shower there in eastern portions of Manatee County. Not much going on near the coast, and I think it'll stay dry as well. As I mentioned, just a little bit of light rain lingering after some moderate to heavy rainfall earlier pushing through parts of the Sun Coast. These out here are weakening too in the Gulf. One lone shower well west of Anna Maria Island. I don't anticipate any rain through this evening, but a different story. We may see a few showers tomorrow as this area of low pressure eventually sweeps a cold front our way. There's not much to the front. We're going to see slightly cooler overnight lows. We'll get back down to more seasonal averages by Wednesday and Thanksgiving morning. Lows will be into the upper 50s to low 60s. We'll talk more about that and about a significant cool down coming up next week in just a few minutes. Scott?
Thank you, Bob. Now to the wildfires in California, where firefighters are still battling the flames there. President Trump visiting the devastated areas over the weekend as the death toll continues to climb. ABC's Stephanie Ramos tells us about the new concerns there.
Today, President Trump is back in Washington after touring the charred ruins in Malibu and Paradise, California.
Nobody would have ever thought this could have happened.
The president thanking first responders for their work, but still blaming forest management for the fires, the most destructive in California's history.
I was with the president of Finland, and he said, we have a much different, we're a forest nation. He called it a forest nation. And they spend a lot of time on raking and cleaning and doing things, and they don't have any problem.
Finland's president responding, saying he isn't sure where Mr. Trump got the idea that raking is part of his country's routine for managing forests. Finland's climate, cool and moist, is very different to the Golden State's. Over the weekend, the number of people killed in the Camp Fire in Northern California growing to 77, while relatives and friends desperately search for the missing. Authorities say nearly 1,000 people are still unaccounted for. Shelters and tent camps like this have been set up, whiteboards displaying names of the missing and numbers to call if you find them.
Emotional, because I thought I recognized some people in there. I'm worried about a lot of them and a lot of my friends.
The badly ravaged areas are now being threatened by heavy rain, which could cause mudslides and flooding. Rescue crews are working as fast as they can to get people out of those tent cities and into structures. In Washington, Stephanie Ramos, ABC News.
Well, the White House Correspondents Association will not have a comedian headline its annual fundraising dinner next year. Traditionally, the association brings in a comedian to roast the president and the press corps, but this year, famed author Ron Chernow was enlisted to speak instead. He is the author of 6 books, including bestsellers about Alexander Hamilton and George Washington. Chernow said in a statement, the White House Correspondents Association has asked me to make the case for the First Amendment, and I am happy to oblige.
President Trump, First Lady Melania Trump receiving the 2018 White House Christmas tree today. A horse and carriage delivering the tree to the north portico of the White House. President and First Lady inspected it as a military band played Christmas carols. The tree journeyed to Washington from Newland, North Carolina. The 19.5-foot tall Fraser fir will be displayed in the White House Blue Room. White House Chief Usher and Superintendent of Grounds picked out that tree back in September at the Mountaintop Fraser Fir Farm.
Well, the 2 turkeys up for a presidential pardon this Thanksgiving holiday, peas and carrots, there they are. It's likely President Trump will choose to spare them both. The South Dakota-grown birds arrived in Washington on Sunday, and today the turkeys were introduced at the Willard Intercontinental Hotel.
Hopefully tomorrow, one of them, I'm not sure if it'll be peas or carrot, will end up at the White House and meet the president. And then after that, they're pardoned, hopefully. We'll see. And Virginia, they will go to Virginia Tech and live out their lives.
Well, the turkeys are set to meet President Trump tomorrow, but only one can be named National Thanksgiving Turkey. If you'd like to have a say, go to the White House Twitter page and you can cast your vote for peas or carrot, whichever one it may be.
Not both?
I mean, I wish you could vote for both. I don't know.
Still to come in your Suncoast News, why a low-carb diet may be the best way to maintain a healthy weight.
And how you can get a full-size live Christmas tree delivered right to your front doorstep.
Year-end clearance time at every Gettle location. Over 3,000 new vehicles, over 1,000 used vehicles on clearance right now at Gettle.com. And Gettle Pre-Owned Certified Plus means buying with peace of mind. Get credit help, fast cash for your car, and year-end clearance prices right now at a Gettle dealership near you. Gettle's got it. At Gettle.com.
Want to know a secret? If you're looking for the best selection of area rugs at an unbelievable price, the only place you need to look is Rugs is Art. I know what you're thinking. Expensive, right? Wrong. Rugs is Art has the largest selection of area rugs on the west coast of Florida in a variety of styles, with 8x11 area rugs starting at $199. Largest selection, personalized service, and unbelievably low prices. You'll find it all at Rugs is Art.
Rugs as Art, Sarasota's only area rug superstore.
During the past 10 years, Tidewell Hospice volunteers have provided more than 1 million hours of service. They sit with patients, giving caregivers a break. They work in offices. They take their furry friends on pet therapy visits. They even clown around. Every task performed by a volunteer makes a difference in the lives of our patients and their families. Join Tidewell's volunteer team. They're truly 1 in a million. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
It's a brand given life by craftsmen with seductive Italian styling. The Alfa Romeo Giulia, Stelvio.
Get yours at Sunset Maserati, Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Recovery from mental and substance use disorders is real.
You can recover.
It's possible. It happens every day.
Never give up on yourself.
Discover hope and help.
I thought I was too far gone. I wasn't.
Join the Voices for Recovery.
The world is a beautiful place again.
For 24-hour free and confidential information and treatment referral for mental and substance use disorders for you or someone you know, call 1-800-662-HELP.
Growing up, my mom was afraid of the water, something she did not want me to feel.
So I enrolled Missy in swim lessons.
It changed my life.
Missy Franklin.
And now you can do the same for someone that you love.
There's nothing more precious than your child's well-being.
So act now, before it's too late.
Make us fly! I'm glad I did.
Thanks, Mom. Visit usaswimmingfoundation.org to find, get, or give a swim lesson.
Experience true automotive luxury at Sunset Maserati, Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
If you're trying to keep the pounds off, a low-carb diet might be your best option. That's according to a new study on calories and the body's metabolism. Reed Binion has more on that research and if it's the best way to maintain a healthy weight.
Trying to maintain your weight? It may not be how much you eat, but what you eat. The best way to keep the pounds off may be a low-carb diet, according to a study published in the journal BMJ. Researchers studied the weight of 164 overweight and obese people. Each participant had to lose 12% of their current weight. Then they were put on a high, medium, or low carbohydrate diet for 20 weeks. Researchers controlled their calorie intake, so they maintained the same weight throughout the study. If a participant's weight fluctuated, their calorie intake was adjusted. The team found that not all calories are alike, and that diet has a huge impact on your metabolism. Participants in the low-carb diet burned roughly 250 more calories a day than those on the high-carb diets, meaning they had to consume more calories to maintain their weight. The findings suggest restricting carbs may be a better strategy than cutting calories. But some experts aren't convinced, pointing out that unmeasured activities could explain the differences between participants. For today's Health Minute, I'm Reed Binion.
Now your ABC7 First Alert Weather Forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan.
Well, good evening, everyone. A beautiful sunset tonight from ABC7 Tower Cam from downtown Sarasota. Pretty calm conditions out there in the waters. Clouds cleared and the sunset, right there it is. A beautiful evening it is, too. And it's going to be a little warmer than it has been the past couple of nights. Temperatures currently a bit cooler over the Panhandle and into the 60s there in Pensacola, but still 80 degrees at the Sarasota-Bradian Airport, still warmer than that in the Keys. And temperatures around town a little bit cooler right near the water. The water temperature now is 74 degrees and temperatures in the upper 70s inland in Highlands Park, and also we have, or I should say, Highlands County and Avon Park. And lows tomorrow will be about 7 to 10 degrees above average. Our average low right around 62 degrees. It'll be 70 at Longboat Key, 66 at Lakewood Ranch to start the morning off. And you'll notice a little higher humidity, a little bit more dew around as well as a result of the moisture content coming back in play a little bit. As far as the radar picture goes, you can see a little disturbance here developing over the lower Mississippi Valley. This disturbance will swing a cold front our way. Actually, high pressure is going to build in from the central U.S. and kind of push all this to our south and bring us a little cooler air tomorrow night. So on Wednesday morning, we'll get down into the low 60s, even some upper 50s inland. Still getting some snowfall in northern sections of Pennsylvania tonight, also into parts of New York. Not a lot, no real major storm anticipated except for the northeast and the New England states. As far as we're concerned, we have this upper level stream of cloudiness occasionally moving on by with that disturbance gathering some strength down and back to our west. As far as the wind flow goes, it'll be out of the east and northeast overnight, and then you'll see more of a northerly bend by 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. That's a slightly drier and cooler air settling in tomorrow late afternoon with that first front. Now, as far as the water vapor content, there's a little bit of moisture in the upper levels of the atmosphere, not a lot. And as I mentioned, this storm system is going to bring us a lot of rain, a slight chance for a shower later on the day on Tuesday. Temperatures will still warm to near 80 degrees in the afternoon, which again is fairly close to seasonal averages for this time of year. Well, the long-range GFS model showing you what's going to be happening now as far as traveling goes. So Tuesday, some clouds and some snowfall, Vermont, New Hampshire, Connecticut, and into Rhode Island. And then Wednesday, the biggest travel day, it's high pressure dominating the weather throughout the central U.S. A storm system coming in off of the Pacific Northwest, going to bring some heavy rain there, and that could be some problems with mudslides. And then Thursday, Thanksgiving Day, looks to be pretty nice across most of the eastern two-thirds of the nation as high pressure dominates. So we'll see a disturbance moving in on Saturday, and with it, it will bring a chance for showers on Saturday. Not a lot, but we'll see a few around, and then that heads off to the east, and then more snow from Wisconsin all the way down to Iowa and parts of Kansas. That tracks east through Indiana and Ohio on Tuesday. But we're going to start to see a pretty good chill down here beginning around Tuesday and Wednesday of next week, and we'll take you through time here. Again, you'll start to see we'll get rid of these yellows and reds, and we'll stay with greens as a result of the temperature cooling down. As I said, by next Tuesday and Wednesday, highs will only be into the 60s and lows will be into the 50s. So we will start to chill out again. It's going to take a while, but that's when you'll notice the cooler temperatures, times for jackets and sweaters back then. 80 degrees right now, the barometer, 30.05. The high today was warm, 83. That's above the average of 78, and our morning low, that too running almost 10 degrees above average. Well, here's the forecast then. North winds at 10 knots. Seas will be 2 feet with a light chop out there. And as far as the forecast goes, well, there it is. Nice weather. Thanksgiving looks good. 77 for your high, 80 on Friday. And then we get a chance of rain on Saturday with an isolated thunderstorm possible. Jacqueline?
All right, Bob, thank you. Let's take a look at your first alert traffic for the drive home. Some backups heading north on I-75 right around the University Parkway exit. Those southbound lanes, though, are looking all clear. Scott?
Florida Attorney General Pam Bondi has amended her suit in state court against opioid manufacturers, naming Walgreens and CVS as additional defendants. In her amended complaint, Bondi alleges Walgreens and CVS were major opioid distributors in Florida and failed to stop suspicious orders of opioids. The complaint also claims that both retailers filled prescriptions for unreasonable quantities of opioids from their pharmacies. Walgreens officials say that they do not comment on litigation, but in a statement to the media, a spokesman says the suit was without merit.
Well, it's probably too late to find cheap airfare for the holidays, but you can still grab some deals for travel after New Year's if you act soon. The week of Cyber Monday is a great time to find cheap airfare, with Tuesday, November 27th being the absolute best day of the year, according to the experts at Hopper, an airfare tracking app. Hopper, which has tracked post-Thanksgiving airfare deals for the past few years, found 20 to 25% more deals on the Tuesday after Thanksgiving last year than on a typical day. Hopper expects a similar or higher number of deals this year.
Amazon is now selling live, full-size Christmas trees on its site. The online retailer selling a variety of evergreen tree options ranging in size between 6 and 7 feet. Once ordered, you can expect to receive the freshly cut tree within 4 to 7 days. The tree will arrive in a box in a pre-selected delivery date. Trees cost anywhere between $99 and $110, and like millions of other items on Amazon this holiday season, they'll be shipped for free.
But then you miss out on the whole fun of
Picking
picking out the Christmas tree.
What if you don't like it?
Yeah. Then what do you do? Send it back?
Oh my God, such a big
That would be a
box, too.
pain.
Yeah.
Well, stay with us. Entertainment news is coming up next.
Where to go and what to do in Muscle Shoals in Florence, Alabama. Personalized just for you. Find your sweet spots at alabama.travel/sweetspot.
Introducing the ABC7 First Alert Weather Tracker. This all-new mobile weather lab is just one more way. The team you trust is keeping you ahead of the storms. The ABC7 First Alert Weather Tracker, sponsored by Mr. Sparky, America's on-time electrician.
Women have shed their blood in defense of America since the dawn of the Republic.
What am I going to tell my neighbors? He said that my daughter's wearing a uniform.
Their sacrifices are profound.
Women are in combat.
And their noble accomplishments largely ignored.
When you're young, you think you created all that awesomeness.
Unsung Heroes, the story of America's female patriots.
The fight for the right to fight.
An inspiring saga of perseverance and triumph.
Sunday at 10 on ABC7.
Our nation's servicemen and women show great courage and leadership, both on and off the battlefield. When they transition to civilian life, they can apply the skills and values they learned in the military to the workplace. That's why the Coalition to Salute America's Heroes is urging employers everywhere to be smart, bet on a vet. Hiring a veteran is also a great way to show your appreciation for them. To learn more, call 1-888-44-SALUTE.
All right, crew, let's get started. All right.
Don't ignore the law. You must call 811 at least 2 to 3 days before any digging project so you can avoid hitting our essential buried utilities. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811.
Tonight on ABC7 News at 7.
It's a great way for people to get outside, appreciate nature, get healthy, get active.
Happy trails, everyone. Voters say yes to rails to trails, but who is paying for it and how its expansion could link up with the rest of the state? I'm Alan Cohn. Let's take a hike together. It's all downhill at the Trapezoid.
Tonight on ABC7 News at 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Sean Diddy Combs making his first public statement since the death of Kim Porter, his longtime former girlfriend and mother of 3 of his children, saying they were more than best friends and more than soulmates.
Porter, a former model and actress, died at her Los Angeles home on Thursday at the age of 47. Authorities have not given a cause. Combs had been silent until Sunday when he said on Twitter that he's been trying to wake up out of this nightmare. Porter and Combs were together with occasional breaks from 1994 until 2007.
An anonymous buyer paid more than $56,000 for the wedding dress belonging to slain actress Sharon Tate. Tate was murdered by followers of Charles Manson back in 1969. She was 26 and pregnant at the time. Tate and Roman Polanski were married in London in 1968. At that wedding, she wore the ivory silk wedding dress that sold Saturday.
Well, Taylor Swift announcing she has a new home on Instagram today. 12 years after releasing her debut album on Big Machine Records, the 28-year-old singer-songwriter has signed a new record deal. As part of her pact, Swift is working to reshape how artists are paid for Spotify streams. In 2015, Swift wrote a letter to Apple Music, slamming the company for not paying artist royalties during its free trial period. The following day, the company changed its policy. She's been equally critical of Spotify, its main competitor.
Tonight we find out who will take home the coveted Mirror Ball Trophy. Dancing with the Stars finale just a few hours away, and 4 couples are vying to be the 27th season champions. ABC's Natalie Brunell is in Hollywood with a preview.
It's been a season of unforgettable performances and dramatic, surprising send-offs.
Juan Pablo and Cheryl.
13 celebrities now down to the final 4, including Harry Potter star Ivana Lynch and her partner Keo, who clinched 3 10s for their contemporary routine.
You have become a warrior.
Radio host Bobby Bones and Sharna jived their way to the finale.
Whenever they did the odds for the show, I was picked to go home first. I literally was the worst person on the show. The fact that I've been able to last and I've never danced before.
Joined by Disney star Milo Manheim and Whitney, whose tango blew the judges away.
Milo always delivers.
And rounding out the final 4, social media star Alexis Wren and her partner Alan, who captured America's hearts, revealing their dance partnership has blossomed into a romantic partnership. It's a tight race, and each couple just 2 dances away from the chance to be crowned the Mirror Ball champion.
Tonight, the couples will perform a repeat dance plus the fan favorite freestyle routine. And viewers, you still have time to vote during the live broadcast at dwtslivevote.com. You don't want to miss this 2-hour Thanksgiving dance spectacular. Natalie Brunel, ABC News, Hollywood.
Who's your choice?
You know, they're all good, but I think I like Milo the best.
Milo? Okay.
Yeah.
I like the Harry Potter star.
Yeah.
I think she's pretty good.
Luna Lovegood.
Yes.
Yeah. We'll be right back.